then we'll go here to income eligibility, okay, and then from here you're just going to select your state. We'll just pick Florida, okay, and then it's going to ask you to pick your county. Okay, we'll just use for this example, we'll say Clay County. Okay, this is telling you, okay, this is the Jacksonville, Florida metro area. Okay, again, each county can have, the limits can change depending on the county, depending on the size of the household, and other variables. Okay, so we're just going to keep it simple here, and it's going to first ask you the number of people that are in the household. This includes everyone that lives in the household, even if they're not listed on the loan application. Okay, that's important to remember. So again, we'll just say this is a couple. Maybe they have 2 young children. So we'll say there's 4 total members of the household. Okay, how many residents are under 18 years old, disabled or full-time students? Okay, well, there's 2 young children. And you can hit these little question marks next, and it'll tell you some additional information. So you get a deduction for $480 for each member of the household that is a child under 18. So there's, you know, little tidbits and notes here that you can read for, again, any loan applicant or co-applicant that is over 62 years of age, or any members disabled living in the household. So it'll ask you those things. So again, we're just going to keep it simple and just say there's 4 total members, maybe husband and wife with 2 young children. Okay, next. Okay, and then from here, you simply will put in any of your child care expenses, documentable child care expenses that may have to do with you know, regular child care. And again, it'll tell you more information here. We'll just keep that empty. And then for here, for the base income, we're going to be looking at the gross income. Okay, the gross income for each applicant. Let's say husband and wife, let's say they both make $48,000 a year. Each of them make $48,000 a year. Okay, that would be $4,000 a month gross income. We want to figure it out by month. So times 2. So together they make $8,000 a year in gross income. Okay. If you have any other additional incomes, commission, self-employed income, again, all these things have to be listed in here. And then important, all other income received by adult members of the household. This will include anyone that lives in the household, again, adult members that generate income, even if they're not listed on the loan application. Okay, so for here, we're going to click Finish. And then now it's coming up with the summary of the adjusted household income. Okay, so $96,000 a year gross income. They have 2 dependents, so that's going to be $960 that is taking out for eligibility purposes. This wouldn't be for qualifying purposes on the loan. That's completely different. This is just for income eligibility. So their household adjusted annual income is at $95,040. Okay, if we go down, we see the USDA Section 502 Guaranteed Rural Housing Loan Program. There's 2 different programs. There's the 502 Guaranteed Program, and then below that, the 502 Direct Program. The 502 Guaranteed Program is really geared more towards the moderate income households. It makes up the bulk, the large majority of USDA rural housing loans, and this program is done through USDA approved lenders and banks. On the 502 Direct Program, more geared towards low income households, that is done directly by USDA in-house. Okay, so in this case, for the 502 Guaranteed Program, the income limit for the county based on the number of dependents would be $110,650. So they are eligible in this case, since they make $95,000 and change. So they are eligible for the income eligibility requirements for the 502 guarantee program. And again, it's important to remember that these income limits, $110,650, that is most counties throughout the country, that 1 to 4 members in the household, that would be the limit really for most counties. If you have 5 or more members of the household, that limit goes up close to $150,000 for most counties. And then you have high cost counties, more expensive locations around the country, maybe in California, Colorado, in the Northeast, in states in the Northeast, DC, all around those areas and high cost areas where those income limits can even be much higher. So again, it's important to go through that calculator. And when you select the county, you want to select the county that the property is located in. That's an important thing to remember. And then also, a common question we get is, do the income limits, are they based on now, future adjusted? No one can predict the income in the future. So everything, that doesn't matter. Everything is based on what your income is currently now at the time that you take your loan application. So that's a quick tutorial on how to check